Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone today? I am doing fabulous. AGR, hey there, how you doing? The not real but totally fake Brian Lagunas, how are you today? I'm doing great. Thanks for joining today. Cute intro. I don't think I've ever seen that. Really? I do that one. I do that every stream. Ever since I've started, I play the little intro. Good Vlad. Vlad, good to see you. Thanks for joining. What's that? Vino Thra. Thanks for joining today. Man, today's gonna be awesome. I'm real excited about today. Today is going to be cool. JF Stern is how you say it. JF Stern, thanks for joining. Yeah, Twitch notifications can, depending on the on your email server and how long it takes to respond. That's why I try to leave about 5 minutes from when I hit stream to when I actually go live, just to give time for those notifications to go through and things like that. Yeah, and that assumes you jump on immediately. Well, today, everyone who jumped on immediately is going to be glad that you jumped on immediately, because I have a special treat for everyone today. We'll get to that in a little bit. Wait, there's a chat in the video. And yes, so when I'm on screen and just talking to you guys like this, I decided to put the chat window in my stream as well. This is especially helpful for when I archive these streams to my YouTube channel and I'm talking to everyone. The viewers can actually see the chat on screen on the video and see that I'm not just talking to myself and people are really there, right? But you'll see when I go to the desktop and I'm sharing code, you won't see the embedded chat anymore. You'll only see the chat that's on the Twitch or YouTube. Alexi, hello from Russia. Well, hello from Idaho. Thanks for joining today. Yes, AGR, the affiliate is new. I recently made affiliate. I don't know what that means, really, honestly. I have no idea what that means. I don't know. I guess it just means I stream more than most people. I don't know. So, I did something fun. Let me show you. Hold on. I decided to make stickers of my face. This is so funny. I don't know why I did this. I don't know why I did that. I thought it was hilarious. My kids loved it. They took like 10 stickers and they're putting them like on their notebooks. They're on the desk at school. And yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was funny. It's like, you know what? I should make a sticker of my face. I wonder who I can give this away to. My kids, of course, they come in and they've been taking them. So I better hide them. AGR, oh my god, how vain. Means you can make money off bits and subscriptions. Yeah, I don't know what bits are. I guess I'll have to learn what that means. Vlad, I take one. Will look good next to the Prism sticker. You're right, it will look amazing next to the Prism sticker. Actually, hold on one sec, hold on. I'm back. All right. This is a Prism sticker. For those of you who may or may not know, but these are actually pretty easy to get. And I have lots of these. Is it today's surprise? No. That is not today's surprise. So, do you remember in the last stream, people are saying, well, man, and not even in the stream, I was getting emails after the stream about, oh, hold on. Bits are a way you can throw tips. Think of it as you're a street performer, and bits are the coins that go in the cup. Great analogy, AGR. I love that. I totally understand what they are now. Sweet. I wonder, is a bit like a penny? It sounds like a bit is a penny, or maybe less. Bit might, like 8 bits make a byte, which I don't know. Are they going to do that? Probably not the same thing. I'm too geeky for that. But anyways, back to the surprise. Actually, let me open up my notepad. So I was getting emails and comments saying, Brian, man, this Prism stream is awesome. It's awesome. All the code's on GitHub. But the problem is I don't have Infragistics. How can I use it? I'm like, well, just go download trial, man. It's free. It's totally free. Just go get the trial. You'll get to play with it for 30 days, and then you can buy it if you want it. But, you know, I was thinking to myself, I said, you know what, Brian? That's not good enough. No. That's not good enough for me. So, what I want everyone to do right now, and you're going to be so glad that you decided to join live today, is I'm going to show my desktop real quick. And, oh no! Hold on. I need to fix something. Because that is way too small for everyone to see. Let's fix this. There. Much better. Okay. Back to my surprise. I am going to give everyone live on stream right now a copy of Infragistics Professional. Yes, I am. But you only have to the end of this stream to claim it. If you don't claim it, when this stream ends, that promo code expires. So, in the chat window, type !Infragistics. And hopefully this will work. If not, I will just provide you the link in the promo code. So if you want a copy of Infragistics Professional for free right now, I'm giving away 50 of them. 50! Right now. So I put in a chat thing, and I don't see it working. I don't see it working. It didn't work. It didn't work. See, I'm going to show you guys what I did. I'm sharing my screen. I have this reply command where if someone types !Infragistics, it's supposed to give you a link and a promo code. You see this? I did it right here. Right here. But it's not working. So, we're going to do it the old school way. Bam! Oh. Just kidding. We'll close that. Shazam! I'm going to just copy and paste it into the chat window. Go to that link. Type in promo code PrismStream and claim your free Infragistics Professional. So this won't give you just the WPF controls. This is going to give you the WinForms controls, the Xamarin controls, the Android, iOS, the ASP.NET, MVC, the React, the Angular. This gives you everything. And so I'm only giving away 50, but only 50. That's a crap ton of license. A crap ton, right? I mean, holy cow. Who does that? Nobody does that. Only crazy people do that. Just don't tell my boss, please. He never watches my stream. He won't see this at all. Right? So claim your licenses. Because at, I think it's 11:30 my time, or 11:45, just before my stream ends, or right at where my stream ends, this code expires and you will not be able to claim your free license. How sweet is that? I'm insane. I'm insane. Okay, so that was my surprise for today, right? That's pretty fun. I like giving stuff away. You know, there's another thing I'm going to give away. Not now. Let me show you. Okay. So I have another prize I'm giving away, but not today. Because I have to figure out exactly how I'm going to do it. Oh, what is that, Brian? What do you have there? Well, it's a HoloLens, baby! Ugh! And yes, I will be giving a HoloLens away. However, I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. And I don't know what I'm going to ask for in return. What do you think would be a fair exchange of a HoloLens? I don't know. Should it be like followers? Should I say, hey, when I reach, I don't know, 15,000 followers, I'll give it away randomly to one of my followers? I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. Or should I say, if I get so many YouTube subscribers or whatever, like, I don't know. I haven't figured that out. Give it away to your first subscriber. Yeah, you would like that, wouldn't you, AGR? So, I might need your help trying to come up with a plan. Now, my daughter actually had a wonderful idea. I hope she didn't take it. 1 second. I'm back. Okay, so my daughter said, you know what would be awesome is if you had a spinny wheel. Right? And you write all the names of the finalists, and then you live on stream pick your winner. I'm like, damn, you're a smart 9-year-old. I will do that. I like that. Do you like that? I like that. She put it simply, people like spinning wheels. I'm like, really? That is fun. So whatever I do, I'm going to have about 15. Yeah, I think it's 15 finalists. And I'll write them all on the spinny wheel, and I'll spin it. And everyone gets to watch it land on the winner live on my stream. However, I don't know exactly how I'm going to give that away. What metrics? Like, should I say 15,000 YouTube subscribers and 1,000 Twitch? Like, I don't know. Illusion, Drake. You are welcome, AGR. Yes, people are claiming their licenses. That is amazing. Free for everyone. Okay. So, Vlad, yes. Awesome to see people claiming this. Free license to Infragistics. I'm going to paste it in there one more time, because we got to start writing some code now. And all of those people who did not show up live, too bad for you. Early bird gets the license. Isn't that what it says? I think that's what they say. Okay, so Benny Adams, you are welcome. Ernesto, you're welcome. Awesome. I'm glad the thing worked. I was a little, because when I set up the license, the promo code, I didn't quite understand the interface. It was really confusing. So I'm like, I'm guessing. It seems it worked. Okay, so I'm going to run our application because I made just a couple of changes. Nothing, I didn't make any like logic changes. I just made it look a little prettier. AGR, you need to add creating emotes for your channel and to your to-do list. What the heck is an emote? I don't know what an emote is. Is that like the little emoticons? Is that an emoticon? Like the smiley faces and stuff? Yeah, I don't know what I would use for emotes though. Like, what would I use? I gotta think of something. Oh, so there's pictures. I can use my face as an emote. I have the sticker, right? Boom, my first emote. And whoever wins the HoloLens, I'm going to put a big sticker of my face right on the lens, right on the eye, each eye. How would you like that? All right. Yes, Illusion, let's focus on work. Okay, so I made a couple of changes to our grid here. And you can see I just made it look a little better. And you can see this mess right here. Before we just had like, this is the body. I said, you know what? I need something richer there. And this is actually RTF. This is an RTF document. Because back in my past experience, whenever we did rich text and other companies I worked with, we used either HTML or we used RTF to represent that rich text in a text form. And we would store that rich text in the database. So I'm like, you know what? That's probably what I want to use. But this is ugly. Like, we need a way to represent this rich text, right? AGR, maybe look at Fritz's channel for inspiration. Yeah, he does all kinds of crazy stuff, doesn't he? I'll have to look at that. Okay, so what we want to do, and I want to do a couple things. First, before we get to showing our dialog service, because that's something I want to focus on today, is we're going to make this look better. And I need to fix this too. It says collection. Remember, we use an observable collection. We need to write a converter that will take that collection and like spit it out. And like, I think Outlook uses semicolons, right? Yeah, semicolon. I'll open up my Outlook and look at what they're doing. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll move to our mail preview area. And this right here, this is binding to our body, okay? But that's not going to work for me. I need what's called a rich text editor. And luckily for me, Infragistics has one. So I'm going to add a new NuGet package. We're going to browse my local Infragistics. We'll say rich text. Rich text document. Rich text editor. This is what I want right there. So I'm going to add this into my mail here. Yep, need that. We're going to essentially bind our rich text editor to the body and just have it look like it would look in Word, right? HER, semicolons by default, but it is configurable. By the way, it's September, so all new subscriptions are 50% off. I don't know what that means. I don't know how much is a subscription normally? Is that something I pay for? All right, so we have that. Next, so I'm going to just comment that out for now because I don't want to lose any information, which isn't much. I think we did IG. Yeah, I think it's IG. Sam Rich Text Editor. Oh, okay, that's not it. Is it IG WPF? I didn't add that. Where does that live? Where does that live? Is that the... Let me look at my namespace. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I should actually rename this to that. Sorry, I need to do a refactoring. I need to refactor my namespaces right quick. And then I have a data grid in here. Right there. There we go. You know, I probably could have done a find replace. That would have been so much faster. It's alright. No big deal. Okay. I think I got that. Because what I need here... IG... is Infragistics... Schemas Infragistics XAML. See, that's where that lives there. Now, I should come down here. And that's where my... Xamrich text editor should be. There it is. Xamrich text editor. Okay, so I got my results. And we need a grid. Whoops. Dot row. Square dot row 1. I want to make sure this is read only. Hold on. Let me bring up. I'm going to bring up my my sample browser so I can look at a code snippet right quick. And so when you install that, I'm just going to show you. I'll drag it on screen so everyone can see it. So if you just downloaded and claimed your free license for Infragistics that I just gave away, just launch the sample browser here. And then you can scroll down to control. So for example, The XAMPP rich text editor is what I'm looking at. Like displays and customizations. And then you can see like the XAML and the snippet. Peru 1990. Thanks for the subscribe. I mean, thanks for following. Appreciate that. So yeah, and so this is what I'm looking at here. See? Allow document view splitting. Yeah, I probably want that to false. I wonder if that's by default. I'm not sure. And then we're gonna, I don't know if we probably don't care about clipboard, but this is what I'm looking at. So I'm gonna put this on my other screen, and I use that as like documentation, right? So AGR says subscriptions are normally $4.99 and now $2.49. Individual viewers can subscribe. It's what they pay. You get half of a normal subscription, but you don't get less because of this. Oh, okay. Cool. All right, so let me look at this code snippet over there. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna put allow to false. I don't want that to happen, but it's read only, so I should be able to anyways. I'm gonna guess I want my border thickness to 0. AGR. Oh, said differently, it's money in your pocket. Sweet. Everyone enjoys that, right? Okay. So now what we want to do, I have a rich text editor, but the rich text editor is a special control. It's specifically for rich text editing. You edit rich text. So it's not, I'm not going to be able to bind a text property like this to the rich text editor directly. Okay, it needs to be parsed, if you will. It needs to be converted into a document, because actually what happens is the XAMPP rich text editor is more of a document editor. Okay, so we can't just bind text to this. We have to have a document. However, there is a way for that. Let me just show you let me bring the sample browser back over. This is not what I'm looking for. Maybe I'm looking for data. Document adapters. You see this? So essentially, what we can do is we have an RTF document adapter. We have an HTML document adapter. Essentially, we can data bind our data to this document adapter. Okay? And then the document adapter will bind to the rich text, right? So this is our middleman. This is our converter that takes our text coming from our property in our view model and converts it to something the rich text editor can understand. See there? Pretty sweet, right? So I'm just going to drag that back over. And so it looks like I'm going to need a new NuGet package here. And we're going to browse, and I need a, let's go rich text again. No, I need, not NuGet, I need local. RTF, see that? Rich text document.rtf. This is where the converter is at. So we'll install that. I think that finished. Okay, so let's do this. It looks like I'm going to need to give my rich text editor a name. So we'll do xname rich text editor. And then I can define my, what's it called? It's called the RTF document adapter. Then document, we set a binding to the document property of element name RTE, right? So we're creating that binding between the document adapter and the rich text editor. And then it looks like I also have a value property that I can then bind to my, what is it? Oh, selected message.body. I think, whoops, let me minimize it just a tad. It's okay. I think that will be good. I think that's all I need. That's all the code snippet's saying I need. So let's run this and see if our code works. And waiting for it to pop up. You know, I really wish when I debugged and I, you know, like drag the app over and I close it, that it would when I hit debug again, it would show in the same place, right? And there we go. Rich text, baby. How easy was that? Oh my gosh, that was stupid simple. Let's try another one. Okay, yep. What else I got? Perfect. Okay. So we fixed that little problem. The next problem we want to fix is this this little to collection. All right, so let me just go to that. Oh, I can delete this now. And where is... We'll probably need it on CC as well, but we'll go to... right here. So what we need is a converter. So let's add a new folder. For now, I'll put it here. For now. I might wind up moving these, I'm not sure. But I'll call it converter. And what do I want to call this? Message address converter, maybe? Maybe something, email address or mail address converter? Message, I'll say mail address converter. Something like that makes sense, right? I think it makes sense. So we'll say create that. And of course, this is going to public value converter. Yep. Okay, for now, we'll say return value. For now. We'll have to come back to that. I'm sure we'll have to come back to that. AGR, shoot, power just went out. Oh, dude, that totally sucks. Probably lost you already. You're probably gone. To do. Implement. Right now, I want to focus on taking the collection, because this value right here, we're binding this to property. This to property is a, I think it's an observable collection, if I remember correctly. Did I forget? I forgot already. I have a horrible memory. Yes. Observable collection of string, actually. We'll just copy that. Mihai. Hello. Is Infragistics open source? No, we're not open source. So we do have some products that are open source but not open license, right? So for example, our Angular product is open source, but it's not open license, meaning the code is available, but you can't, it's not under MIT or anything. I mean, you still have to have a license to use it in a production application. Unless your project is open source, then you can use it for free, right? It's all on NPM and stuff. AGR, ooh, 15 to 30 minutes on a UPS. Good idea. Okay, so essentially we have this. We'll say, I don't know, emails, right? Equals new. No, not new. Not new. I need this as, because we're taking that incoming value, right? And it's an observable collection. So, you know, we'll say, oh, wait, there is a new syntax. I'm trying to do this. If value is observable, whoops. This is the new syntax that I'm trying to force myself to start using. Emails. And then I should be able to do this. Right? So I don't have to do that separate null check. Like I don't have to take that value, cast it to a type, and then check for null. This allows me to do the null check and cast it into a type with a variable name right in line. Now I can return, whoops. I can return, how do I do this? There's a way, like I have a collection and I need to separate them by exclamation point, or not exclamation, excuse me, semicolon. So maybe I could do like a join. right? I can do a join and then pass in the emails. And then we can't return null. We have to return string. I'll return string.empty. Like that. I think that will work there. Hi. I have never used Prism as an NVMe framework. Is it easier than Calibre Micro? Yes. Yes, it is. Caffeined. Well, the COBOL calls. I'll have to catch this one later this evening. See ya. Thanks for joining, Caffeined. Okay, so this should give us the display that we're looking for sure. So let's come up here. XML and S. Converters. Right, equals. This is Prism Outlook modules mail converters. That's what we need. And then we need an instance of this converter, right? So call it mail address converter. Give it a key, which I'm not sure I'll just call it this. I'll just call it that. Right? Why am I getting an error here? Do I need a build? I think I need a build. Let's do a quick build. I don't like squigglies. There we go. Now, let's go back to our 2 here and provide our converter right there. Okay, that should have fixed that problem, hopefully, if I did that right. I think I did that right. I'll find out if I didn't real quick. Come on. There it is. Now I cannot wait for that new machine to pop up. I ordered a new killer box. And, oh yeah, check that out. Boom, right there. Got it. Well, I'll probably need a space there. I probably want a space. Let me add a space. Just for fun. Like this. Beautiful. Okay. We're done there for now. We'll probably, if we do any editing, we'll probably have to implement this, but we're not editing right now, so we'll come back to it. Okay. We're done there. Now what we want to do is a little more complicated. We want to show a dialogue. So let me run this again because I need to think about this. We need to show a dialogue for like a new email, or we're going to edit this email, or I don't know, something like that, right? We need a dialogue that will show what an email dialogue looks like. So maybe I have like this new, I hit a button and I show a dialogue, or maybe I come in here and I double click on this and then it pops up in a new window, right? So we need that type of functionality. So we got to start implementing the infrastructure for that, and then we'll worry about the actual data itself. So let's go ahead and we're going to start experimenting. So first, I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to create a new view. If my right click button, oh, there we go. I will add a new item. We're going to add a Prism user control. I'll call this message view. Okay, that'll work. It's going to create a message view XAML, and it's going to create a view model for me. I'm not concerned about that right now. However, I want to put text block text message view. And then we'll go font size big. Okay, so Zulex. Hi, Brian. How are you today? Oh, dang, I lost my sub to him. Hey, how's it going? I don't know what lost my sub to him means, but how you doing? I'm doing great. Thank you. Okay, so we have this message view. Let's go to our menu because we're gonna start testing. So we have this button. The read hi was supposed to be an emote. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I have emotes. Or if I do, like someone mentioned I need to do emotes because I'm an affiliate now and I don't have any emotes. What I want to do is when I click this button, I want to show a dialogue. So let's just start by like showing a simple, really simple dialogue and see what happens. Okay, so, and we'll build off that. So that means I need to go to my message list view model. Let's create a command in here. CMD, I'm going to go generic string message command. I could change the name if I don't like it. Zulex, saw your tweet about that. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, I did actually sign up for the affiliate program. We'll see what happens. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to show a dialogue. Now, I'm using the latest version of Prism, which provided a very simple V1 of a dialogue service. So I'm actually going to get to dog food this thing and see if we need to make any changes. It may wind up this turns into modifying Prism source code and pushing a new NuGet package so we can support what we're doing here. But let's start with the basics. If you're curious, let me open up my browser right quick. We'll go to Prism GitHub. I don't have an official documentation topic, but I did document it in the release. So click on releases. We'll go to the latest release and we'll scroll down to the WPF section right here. So it's a new dialog called IDialogService. Show dialog. User control, IDialog aware. Got it. Yep, create that. And you register your dialog. Okay. Okay, I think we can do something with this. Let's just start going at it and see what happens. So that means I need my dialog service. We'll initialize that field. And in here, we're going to say dialogService.show something. Right? I don't know what we're showing yet, but we're going to show it. Oh, I got a callback. Got to have a callback. So let's do this. Let's do null. And let's call back null for now. You know, I should probably, I wonder if I should make these optional parameters in the API. That way they're not always required. Because what if you just want to show a simple dialogue, right? Vlad, if you want two dialogue windows, one with yes, no, the other with yes, no, cancel, would you disable it via navigation parameter? No, you would have a different yes, no, cancel dialogue. So let's do a test. So we created this message list. Right, so the doc said first we have to register the message list. So we'll say container registry dot register dialog. And this was what was it? Oh, message. No, mail is. No, message view. I called it message view. That's what it was. Message view model. Oh man, I hate that. I hate that name. Blech. Vomit. Let's rename that. Let's rename this. That's nasty. Okay, fixed. Oh, that drives me nuts. Okay. So we'll do that. Now it's going to give me an error because it says can't be used. Needs to be IDialog aware. So let's go into our message view model. IDialog aware. And we'll implement this. Title. What do we want to call it? We'll just say mail message for now. Don't care about that. We'll do that for now. Don't care about this. Don't care about that for now. Okay. TBD Gamer, you should try working with something where modal is a thing. You end up with view modal modal. Oh. Oh yeah, I could see that. Message view modal modal. But is it model model or modal model? Yeah, that could get pretty nasty right there. Okay. So we have that. We've registered it for with the dialog service here, right? Where did I go? Mail module, right? Registered dialog. That message view. There's the view model. It implements IDialog aware. So let's go back to this, and we called it message view. I should actually probably rename that. And then yeah. So let's just see if we can get something to pop up. You know, ideally, TBD Gamer, the view model shouldn't care necessarily, shouldn't necessarily know if it's modal or not. Like, why does it care if it's modal or not? It should function the same way, right? Unless you have, I don't know, maybe you have some custom logic somewhere. So I hit this button, and nothing happened. Okay, so we... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I guess it would help if we actually data bound a command to it, right? Yeah, that would help a lot, actually. That should do it. AGR, you need a string on the registration. No, you do not need a string on the registration. It uses the name of the view by default, but you can override that if you want. You can totally override that by providing a string. Okay. Where's it at? There it is. Now if I hit this button, oh, we get a dialogue. It's kind of ugly, but it's something. We got it showing. This is a good start. Right? And then that means I can open up multiple of these. As many as I want, because I said show. I didn't say show dialogue, which would be modal. I said show. Okay, so that was pretty freaking easy. Real easy. However, we're not doing just a simple message view here. Our scenario is actually much more complicated. And honestly, I'm not sure the dialog service will handle what we need, which means we may have to make a change to the dialog service. However, we will just start going and see where we end up. For instance, I need a ribbon window for my dialog. I can't use this normal window. I need a ribbon window. So that's the first thing. We need a custom dialog window. So where do we want to put that? I think I'm going to put that in the core here. I think I'm going to put it in here. Because the mail module doesn't care about the UI itself. It doesn't have to know about it. It only knows about an interface. AGR, your title should be the subject format if you want it to match Outlook. Yeah, we'll get to there. We'll get to matching Outlook. Okay, so let's add a new window. Now we'll call this ribbon window. And of course, okay, get rid of this. Get rid of this mess. Get rid of that mess. XML and S. We'll call it IG. WPF equals schema infragistics SAML. Wait a minute. Where is it? Did I pass it? Oh, there it is. IG SAM. Whoops. Sam ribbon window right there. So we can't put this here. Let's go to our code behind. Get rid of that. And to have a custom dialog window, I need to implement an interface. Right here. See? Register a custom dialog window. IDialog window. And dialog result. We'll just make this a simple get set. Okay, so we have that. So that should be... Oh, wait, I didn't register it. Ugh. Failed, cancel. Oh, cancel. Thank you. It didn't cancel. Dino CS, but with a 1 and 0. Okay. I need to register it. Let's go into our app XAML here. My register types. Dino CS, thanks for joining. Thanks for following. Welcome. We are just registering a custom dialog window. Register dialog window. I called it ribbon window. That's what I called it. Okay, we got that. We'll go ahead and... One car. Oh, I missed it. One car. I got one car out of it. Romario, the follower notification is scary. Hey, I love that. I made that. Who doesn't like Carlton? Carlton's awesome. Do the Carlton dance. I love the new register dialog instead of the old interaction request way of doing things. Thanks, Brian. Oh, yes. The old interaction request really sucked. Really bad. Ugh. This is much better. So now, okay, now we have the ribbon window. I could tell this is ribbon window because the interior is all jacked up. That's because it's a custom window. Okay. Yep. Yep. Yep, we have a problem. We have an issue. So if we look at our shell, because we're using the ribbon window for the shell, we actually need a ribbon content host. See that? But so normally we would do something like this. And then we would have IG ribbon. Yeah. Ah! Oh, whoops. IGWPF. Ribbon. Ribbon window, sorry. I always do that. Ribbon window content host. Dot ribbon. Right. We would do that. We have an issue here. Because what the dialog here, actually, let's go. We're on the GitHub site, so let's go look at source code. We might have to make changes to the dialog service itself. I hope not. I hope we can do it. Because I'm going to look at the dialog service. And essentially, all the dialog service does is it sets the content of the window to the object that you registered as a dialog. So we had like the message view, for example. This would be the message view. That's the content. And then we set the content of the window.content here, window.content to that content dialog. So that's not going to work for us. This isn't going to work, people. Because I actually need the content to be a window content host. Now, hold on. Let me look at something. Now the ribbon, okay, so wait a minute. The ribbon window content host is a content control. That is a content control. So maybe we can do a trick. No, I don't want to do a trick. I don't want to do a trick at all. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Let's go add class IDialogService. This is what we're going to do. We're going to modify the Prism dialog service in our code to make it more extensible, and then we could just update the Prism version. Because if I run into this problem, you're going to run into this problem, right? So IDialogService, IDialogService. We're basically creating a custom dialog service using Prism's interface. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste all this. Yep, all that. And we'll add our using statements. Anything else? Oh, got to fix that. My dialog service. Shanuman. Perfect timing. I've been trying to figure out how to implement a custom window for... Oh, okay. Yeah, this is going to do it. Cancel event handler. Okay. And this is an extension method. That means we need to grab that too. Okay, let's go grab that real quick. Back. That's the dialog service. Let's go dialogs. This should be an extension somewhere. Right here. Boom. Easy peasy. We'll just copy that down here for now. Okay, so we have this custom dialog service. I just copied exactly what came out of Prism, and we're going to modify it. We're going to identify the extension points we need, and then I'll submit a issue or feature request and implement that, submit a pull request, and we'll put it in Prism itself. So what we do here will wind up in Prism. So help me out. The first thing, we have to have an option. We have to have an option of overriding how this behaves. Like, I can't have the content being replaced at all. I sense a PR coming up to simplify custom window. Yes. Yes, there will be. Maybe we'll do that in the next stream together. So essentially what I need to have happen. This is a region. So let's go ahead. I'm going to build out my ribbon window how I need it. XMLNS. Prism. PrismLibrary.com. Here we go. Oh, wrong one. Prism. Region manager. Region name. Oops. Yeah. I think ecstatic. XMLNS. Infrastructure or core. I think I called it core. Core equals Prism Outlook dot core. Core dot region names dot ribbon region. All right, I need that. Where's my main window? So we have that, and then I need a content control. Right below that. This is what I need. And then those views that I pass in, that's how they will be injected into these regions. Okay? So this is what I need my window to look like, and that means I can't have the content being replaced. So let's think about this now. So creating the dialog is okay. I probably need something here. I will probably need some way to initialize the shell before showing it. So this might mean region navigation. This is an example. I will need to be able to navigate to regions before I show the shell. So I'm going to need a method for that. Something else. Configure dialog window content. Let's go here. So we'll configure the, okay, configure properties. So configure dialog window properties. What do you think about this? Because I don't, whoever implements this, I don't want them to have to like override this method and then simply copy all this just to change this here. What if we did something like if window.content equals null? Right? Well, we probably still want... What was that? Dev Captain, I think that's what that said. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for joining. I'm trying to solve a very complex problem. We'll have to think about the data context. We're going to have to think about that. But I'm going to leave that out for now. However, if the content is null, then we set it. Otherwise, we're going to set the content. We're going to replace it. Right? I got to make notes of these changes. Okay, so let's test this. First, let's take our new dialog service that we just created. Where's our register types? And in the register types here, container registry, register singleton, IDialogService, my dialog service. Okay, so now it's going to use our custom dialog service instead of Prism's default one. So if you want to know how to override Prism's dialog service, but you still want to use that interface, that's how you do it. Just create a new class that implements IDialogService and then register that with the container. So now we're going to hit this button. And yes, okay, we have a ribbon. That worked. So, okay, so that worked. That totally worked. But now we need a way to specify, because we're no longer dealing with content. We're dealing with with regions. So we need a region manager, right? And then the view name, I got to think about this, because right here, we don't want the object to be added. We don't want the object to be created, I mean. Right now, we're creating an instance of that view, and we're manually adding it to the content. However, when you do Prism navigation, we don't want that behavior at all. How do we modify this? We actually want region navigation term. We don't want this line of code to happen. Or actually, or that line of code. No, actually, I don't want any of this to happen. Interesting. I don't think we can reuse. I don't think I can modify Prism's default service to handle this scenario. Because okay, so first off, what I know I need is I need the region manager. I know I need that for sure. I don't need this container extension. I don't need that. I don't need that at all. Well, actually, I might... Actually... Yeah, I do. I take that back. Put that back. Put that back. Put that back. I do need that because that's how I'm resolving the dialog window. But see, essentially... Oh, man. Okay, so... I can't have the content being created. I can't have any of this. And I don't need... Oh, man. You know what? I don't need this at all. Really. Configure dialog window content. So if I made this virtual, that I... Like in Prism, if I were to make that virtual, then I could overwrite it. Right? You know what? You know what would be better? Let's do this. Let's do this. Because I want to know how I can modify Prism's implementation. DialogService base. This is what we need to do. Yeah. And then I can start overriding or changing accessibility to things to see how I could extend it. Right? That makes sense. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. AGR, would that be abstract? Well, I don't have to make it abstract because I want to... I'm pretending that this is actually the Prism version, right? So it's public. So I'm going to remove what I just added. I want to put this back to how I had it before. And this is going to tell me exactly where I need some extension points. Or if I can't use this at all and I have to just roll my own because it's so custom. Ideally, I would really like Prism for you to just be able to derive from the Prism one and just make some modifications. All right, so let's delete this. Add that back. DialogService base. And then, will this do the constructor for me? Nope. Why wouldn't I do the constructor? Oh yeah, generate constructor, right there. Okay. Now we're gonna get somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. So first off, I know I need a region manager. Region manager. Okay, I know I need that. Let's throw this out of here. So we are pretending this is Prism's implementation, and what can we do with it? Okay, so I don't want to have to worry about overriding these two. I may have to override this. We'll see. We will see. But for now, let's see where we're at. I want to make sure this still works. Yeah. This is a hard one. I mean, what we want to do is really simple. The hard part is I'm trying to use this. I could just write one in 5 minutes if I didn't want to utilize Prism's version. But I want to make Prism version the go-to version. Like, so let's just hit this button, and yeah, okay, that looks good. Looks good. Now, how do we get a view in there? That is the question. So the first thing I know is we need a method in here. Maybe initialize dialog window. Maybe something like this. We'll make this public or protected. Let's make this not public, but protected. Virtual. Right? Because this will allow us AGR. Maybe you could detect if the current content contains a content control, then walk down the tree to do the replacement. But see, we're not replacing anything. I want to actually rely on all the infrastructure, the navigation infrastructure we've already put in place. I don't want to have to redo that. I want to utilize that. So let's override initialize dialog window. And then so, what I'm doing here is I'm creating a new region manager, okay? And this is because we're going to be navigating inside of this dialog. So if we look at the ribbon window, you see we have ribbon tab, or ribbon region, content region. Those are the same regions we have on our shell, ribbon region, content region. Now, Prism only allows one unique region, right? So these have to be unique unless each view has its own region adapter. So Prism by default only uses one region adapter through the whole app. That's how come you can navigate around and do whatever you want, okay? But every region name has to be unique within that region. In that region manager. So what we're doing is we're going to create a new region adapter for every region we have, or for every instance of this window. It's essentially called a scoped region. AGR. What I'm saying, in case it wasn't clear, is that the OOB dialog service replaces .content. Well, if .content already contains a content control, then set content.content. Yeah. We're gonna go beyond that. We're gonna do a much better than that. So what this also tells me here, let me bring up my code snippet thing. My dog is actually outside whining to be let in, and that's because it's been raining and she's nasty, dirty with mud, and I'm not letting her in this house until I have time to actually clean her off. So she's gonna have to suck it up. You might hear her whine. Okay. So what we have to do is I have this region manager and I have to assign it to the host window. So we might need a property for that. Protected IDialog window. Dialog window. Okay, then let's then we could set that in here, right? Where I say create dialog window. And then I can set that property instead. Set the property. Okay, why isn't that happy? Oh, wait. IDialog window. Oh, that's why. That's why. Okay. So now, okay, so I fixed that. Don't need that in there. So that's one change I'd have to make. But that gives me the ability to go region manager dot set region manager to base dot dialog. Not base. I can say just dialog window. Right? Yeah. And then region manager. See that? But this has to be a dependency object, which I know it will be. So we'll do that. Okay. So now that I have this region manager, let's just do a test. Region manager dot request navigate region names dot content region. Request navigate. Oh, of course. What I call it? Message view. That's what I called it. Okay. Let's see this. Because this is allowing me to create a new region manager, set the region on that dialog window, on the host itself, and then actually request a navigation through that. Hit the button, message view. Boom! Right there. That's what we need. However, we're not done yet. This is just like we got it just basically working. This is what I need to achieve. So we know it's possible with just some minor changes so far. Minor changes. And just to show you, let's see, we're going to have to make that key unique though, so that we can open multiple messages. So let me prove my point. I'm going to comment this out. Let me show you. We already made it. We already made it to where we can open multiple. But I'm going to, let's just use the default region manager. Whoop, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. Okay. Let's see what happens by using this approach. Man, my dog is just scratching at the door, whining, "Let me in, let me in." But she is nasty, muddy. She's gonna have to wait until I'm done with this stream. Okay, so we'll hit this button, and look what happened. We have an error because we have a duplicate region name. Okay? That's why we can't do it that way. The way I had it here, this is creating a new region manager. And it's setting it to the dialog window. Okay, so this is a new one. So every time we create a new dialog instance, we will get a new region manager for that dialog instance and everything within it. Right? So it's called a scoped region. We're scoping this region to that specific dialog instance. So let me go ahead and run this again. come on. Oh, I can't wait till I get that new machine. It's going to be so much faster than this thing. Ugh, come on. Here we go. So now, because we have that scoped region, see, I can launch that. I can launch that. I can launch that. You see this? Not a problem. Not a problem. Multiple instances doesn't matter. I finally fully understand scoped region. Thanks. Yes. Yes, scoped regions they seem complicated when you're trying to read that very verbose documentation we have, but they're really, really simple. Really simple. The tricky part is when you want to start getting this region manager injected into your view model. But you need this one, not this one. We'll do a stream on that later because that's more advanced stuff. Okay. Now let's talk about responsibility. I'm okay with having this code in my dialog service. I'm not necessarily okay with having this code in my dialog service at all. I would rather have that maybe on the window itself. Maybe? I don't know. Because if I pass the responsibility, actually, I'm okay with this too. I might be, because then I could have different dialog services for different advanced windows. I don't know. I haven't made a decision yet. But I do know if we want to do this way, we have to pass in the parameter. Right? We'd have to pass in the name. And maybe, basically, I need to be able to access what view we're going to navigate into. And that method, initialize dialog method, if you're doing something custom, you might have to know information about what view you're navigating to and what parameters you need. So if you create a custom dialog service and you implement this, you can use that data to make decisions. So let's do this. Let's pass this. Let's make this available to us or anyone who may need it to make decisions in their custom dialog service. Because now I can do, whoops, now I could do this. And if necessary, I could read parameters and load them. I'm not sure how happy I am with that. I'm not sure how happy I am with this, honestly. I almost feel like this should go in the actual ribbon dialog itself. I actually feel like it should go here. Like, I almost feel like something like this, uninitialize. Whoops. Or you know what? I almost feel like we need to do initialize, just initialize. And then this code, and then this code go in there. Right? So if we look at Prism's dialog service, what if instead of having a method we override, dialog window dot initialize? What if we did something like that instead and passed that responsibility off of the dialog service and placed it on the actual dialog window? It does what it needs to initialize itself. How do you like that? Do you like that better? Because then if we do that, we really so far don't need any of this code. If we did that, yeah, if we did that, we wouldn't need this. Right? Huh. That might be a way to go too. Either one of those would work, honestly. Either one of those. These are hard decisions to make. Should I modify Prism? AGR, putting stuff in the code behind I don't know about. Okay, here's the thing about code behind. It's fine. It's okay as long as it's not business logic, right? And we're not really putting business logic here. We're controlling how we navigate within or set up and show this dialog window. It has nothing to do with state or data or none of that. So it's okay to use code behind. It's perfect. I use it all the time because it makes sense and it's fast. I almost feel like we should do something like this. I almost feel like this is what we need to do. I'm kind of liking that a little better. That just means we have to modify the IDialog result. No, not result. I need an IDialog window and add an initialize method on there. But this would give us what we need. So for now, okay, yeah, I'm kind of liking that. Let's get rid of this. So since, crap. Since we can't, crap. I'm going to have to modify Prism, but until I do, this is what I want. AGR, in every dialog window that needs scoped regions needs to duplicate that code. Well, yeah, but what if only one region needs it? One dialog needs it. If you put it here, then every dialog would get it. And you might not need that. And how many dialog windows are you going to have? Really, the dialog service is only meant to have one window. Your window host. The dialog service does not support different host windows. I mean, I'm sure we could probably add it though. Add that support. But for now, it only supports one. So I'm gonna remove that. And then dialog window as ribbon window. I'm a cheat. I'm cheating, but this is only until I can update Prism to do what I want. This will eventually go away. But this is what we're going to turn it into. And then that means, honestly, that means we can get rid of this. I won't need that. Because we're going to add to the interface to initialize. Okay, however, hold on. Okay, that's the events. I don't care about the events. We still have a problem here. Because it's still... we're still resolving this content. And setting all these... and we don't need to. Like, this no longer has to be fired. Okay. That... we can't have that fire. Because we don't want to resolve that object. We don't want to resolve any type of view model or call crap. Because we're not using it. Configure dialog properties. That's off the content. Yes, okay. We really only need this to do what we want. We don't need the content. So... oops, can't even spell. Protected virtual... virtual void. I might as well make that virtual too, because if you're doing something custom, you might need to add handlers. You know, I might as well just make all those virtual. So what I would actually do... you know what? Might as well make that virtual too. Because you might have to do something special to create your dialog window. You might have to, like, manually do it and not use a container. I don't know. But you should probably have that. Okay. So what this allowed me to do is on this content part is I can override that. Dialog window content. And don't run it. Just straight up don't run that code. Because I don't need to create this. I don't need to create view models. I don't need to configure dialog window properties. None of that mess. And you know what? Someone actually mentioned this. If we go back to our app.xaml and we register our dialog. Oh no, not app.xaml, that's in the module. We're registering a dialog. This is actually required to implement IDialog. But I actually don't think that should be required. Sure, you won't be able to close anything, but if you're doing in this scenario, you wouldn't be able to close it anyways. You wouldn't be able to close it at all. Because we're inside a region now, and I'm not hooking into this. This is actually useless the way I'm using it right now. So I need to rethink making this required to implement IDialog. It's actually in this code here, where if it doesn't implement it, we're throwing. I'll need to rethink that. Well, I'll leave it for now. AGR says leave it. Okay, so let's just run this. I want to make sure I'm not breaking anything. And just wait for that to pop up. Like the longer I stream, the longer it just takes for this to show up. There it is. Okay, here we go. Old reference, get dialog view model. Dialog window. AGR ETA on your new computer. Dude, I'm hoping within the next 3 months. I mean, 3 weeks. I'm hoping within the next 3 weeks. Honestly. Okay, so I did break something here. Ah! Right there. I'm assuming that the data context of that window implements that. However, our host doesn't have the data context because I commented out this code here. Maybe I need a modify. Oh. Yeah. This. I would actually have to do that. Right? Oh, am I not allowed to do that? Because that's going to be an issue too. Okay, so for now, I'm going to take that out too. I just need this to run. This might be one of those scenarios where I don't use the Prism Dialog service. Where I just... Maybe this is a scenario where it doesn't make sense to use it. And instead, I just use my own, which is going to be even simpler. Yeah, that opened up. But it opened up on the wrong screen for one. Because we lost setting the owner and all that stuff. But I really want the Prism version to be able to handle this with just a few modifications, you know? Thinking out loud here, what if the dialog window host comes with its own scoped region by default? Well, okay, so we could totally do this. So I could eliminate all of this and get rid of all this code. Okay, it's totally possible. The problem is we would have to have a way to get the region manager from a view model. But this is a scoped region. Now I have a way to do that. I do have a way to do that. But I was hoping to avoid that. It's called, I have a behavior, a region behavior called iRegionManager aware. It's an iRegionManager aware. Essentially, you decorate the view model with the iRegionManager aware, and it will get the proper region manager when you're within a scoped region. But I really wanted to use this dialog service to do it. I really wanted to do this. I mean, honestly, this is literally, I could get rid of all this, and I don't know, in 10 lines of code, I could do this with like 10 lines of code. Like this is no big deal. But I'm trying to really see what I can do to Prism to make it easier for everyone. To where they don't have to retype everything. Just derive, make some changes, and then call it good. But maybe it's just easier. It's just easier. I mean, this would take a lot of thought to make this dialog service that flexible. Decisions. Okay. Should we just scrap the Prism dialog service and use our own? I think we might have to. Because using region navigation is completely different than just setting the content of something. This is a good one. Maybe. Okay. Crap, what time is it? Oh, I only got 20 minutes too. 20 minutes to solve this problem. This is a hard problem. Ranjit is asking, is there any alternative to paid infragenesis controls? Our organization doesn't allow to use these controls. So what to do? Oh, Ranjit. Do I have a surprise for you? I'm actually giving away infragenesis controls in this stream. Yes, I am, for free. So click on this link and put in promo code Prism Stream because it expires in about 19 minutes. You have 19 minutes to claim your free license. So use that. I love how far you're going with this dialog service base. I'll just need to hand it content. Right, that's the idea. Like, I want to try to make this as flexible as possible to where you just give it content and you're good. Or if you want to use some highly customized region navigation approach, that would work too. Because honestly, I'm saying 10 lines of code, I have region navigation working. No problem. But I'm trying to do this in a way that I can just make small modifications to the Prism dialog service. You derive from it, and you just do something simple, right? You're welcome, Ranjit. You're welcome. That's my goal, like, because I want Prism to be... I want it to solve as many problems as it can for you. And this is a pretty big problem. It has an easy solution, but it's hard when you try to have this one dialog service do so many things. It becomes complicated. It's almost as if I need a flag. It's almost as if I need a flag that says, I don't know, I don't even know what I would call it. But essentially a flag that says, yeah, set the content and do your normal thing, or no, I'm going to handle it. It's almost like I need that type of flag. AGR. It's hard when you want to architect it right. Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to do. I could just knock this out, a simple dialog service, 10 lines of code, and we're up and running. Because essentially, all we need to do, create the host, create the region manager, which we're doing right here, navigate, and then show. That's all we have to do. That's it, and we're done. But I'm thinking bigger, right? I'm thinking, how can I make this super easy for everyone? Because I don't want to set any of this code. I know I don't want to set the content. I mean, I could do something like... Oops, I'm running. I could always do some null checks, right? I mean, this would help. This would help with some stuff. And then getting the view model, this is a problem here. Because this data context would be null. But do we want it to be? Yes, we want it to be null. Content. Would it have to be null? Tricky, 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 tricky. Yeah, you were already there. Yeah. I mean, I could just ditch all that and just do my thing here. I really could just do that. For example. I could totally do this. Right? And then here, we simply, what would we do? We would create the dialog, something like var window equals new ribbon window. I mean, I could totally do this. What? Oh. Let me get rid of that. I can get rid of that. So get the ribbon, right? Don't need this. I mean, this makes it really, really easy. Actually, I can use this container extension. I mean, now things get really easy. See this? Gah. Now we can set that. Oh, Ranji. Hi, I know this is off discussion. I am from Pune, India. Please do let me know if you're planning to visit. Oh, I will. I will let you know. Okay, so I can do the string name thing. But yeah, so and then region manager dot request navigate region name region names dot content region and then name. See, you see this window dot owner application dot current dot main window. Right? I could do stuff like this all day long. Window.show. That's it. So let's go into our app. Where's it? Right here. My dialog service. You see that? We can get rid of this because we're not going to use that. We can go back to where am I? Mail module. We don't need to register that dialog. Nope, nope. And then we need message view model, right? No, not message view model. Which view model? Mail list. And just replace my dialog service. Oh, but I need to put that somewhere else. We'll put it in core. See this? You see how much easier this is? Now, it's not ideal because I really want to solve this for everybody. But that's all it takes. Oh, I need a my dialog service. That's all there is to it. And then let's go ahead and run this. That's the simple way, but I don't want the simple way. I don't want the simple way. I want the way that I can slightly modify prisms. Okay, I forgot something. Oh, yeah, I'm only doing this. Sorry. Right? I want to just be able to derive from Prism's implementation and then have it work. That would be ideal. However, if you really wanted to just get it to work, this is all it takes. It's pretty freaking simple. See? Works. The reason we're getting system.object is because we're using navigation. Right? So if we're using navigation... Oh, whoops. We have to register our view for navigation. Dang, I really want to get that thing to work. That's going to bother me. I'm going to have to really think about that. I'm not giving up on that. Football monkey. It's really hard to make things simple for everyone else. It is. It is, but I'm not giving up. I'm going to find a way. And there. Message view. Right? It works just like you would expect. It's perfect. Boom, boom, boom. Doesn't take that much code to do it. But I want to architect this the right way. AGR, doing the architecture is the fun part. Yes, that is the fun part. It's the challenging part for sure. So to get that to work, here is the dialog service to make that work. Now, what's really cool about all this infrastructure we put in place is, let me go back to the mail list view. Let's go to mail list. We're going to navigate to mail list. Mail list folder equals inbox. Check this out. So I'm going to show the mail list with the folder equals inbox, and let's see what happens. Oh, come on. This computer's driving me nuts. All right, there it is. Check that out. You see what just happened? Because of the infrastructure we put in place, I navigated to the mail list inside this dialog. Well, the dialog popped up. I got my mail list. I also got the ribbon tab that's associated with this view. So if I click this button, the same thing's going to happen. We're going to open another one. That's nuts. That's so easy. And we got that for free. We got the functionality for free because of the initial work and architecture we put in place in the previous streams. Okay. So that's the idea. The idea is when I show this dialog, I'm going to give it a view. And that view is going to have ribbon tabs associated with it. And when I navigate to that one view, all the other tabs are just going to show up in the ribbon for me with the data context and everything set because our architecture is already in place. The problem I want to solve, like I really want to solve this now, is the dialog. I don't want to show you to use this. Like, this is all it takes. That's it. You could do some other things in here, like maybe set, what's it called? Startup location. Windows startup. Maybe set that to center owner or something like that. Right? You could do like, what? Window dot, what else is there? Show in taskbar, show activated, right? You could do that stuff. Yeah, that also means you can pop up any view model pair. Yes, any view model pair, doesn't matter. But this is all it takes to do that. So if you're writing it from scratch, we could have saved ourselves an hour and a half and just written this. That's all it takes. But I don't want to do it that way. I want to use the Prism Dialog service for that. That means I need to really think. I need to really think about this. How am I going to do this? Like I said, it's almost like I need a flag right after the window's created that says, if this flag is true, then I am doing something really custom. Right? Like, that's one approach. I don't know. I don't know if that's what I want to do. Maybe the next stream we will actually sit down and work with Prism. Like actually open up the Prism code and make it work. I know we can do it. I know we can do it. We just have to really think. I might be overthinking it. I might really be overthinking this. Because if we look at what we have, this is all it takes. So maybe I need to maybe I'm fine. Maybe I'm fine using this. How about adding another show method that the service dialog that uses a scoped region? So, you know, that's a great idea. That is a great idea. Actually, we could use an extension method, right? Can't we use an extension method? Like, okay, like, bear with me. Let's do this. Public, static. Hey. Public static class, IDialogService extensions, right? Public, I think it has to be static too, if I remember correctly. Void show this, whoops, IDialogService. Right, something like that. And then I could do my work. In this case, you know what? Yeah, I can still do it. I don't need any of that. See, I wouldn't have access to my container here unless I expose those as properties. Or I don't even need a property. Let's do this. Check this out. I could just do old school Old school it. I could totally old school it like this. See that? So now, hold on. Now we could do this. Let's, we don't need that. We don't need this, actually. We won't even need to register the dialog window at all. Let's go back to our main list here. This can be IDialogService. Go back up here, IDialogService. Here. Where's my show ribbon? Oh, I need a using statement. Oh, crap. Okay, hold on. I gotta move this. Let's cut. Go to core. We'll just paste it in here for now. Oh, but that ribbon window, that exists in, that means I would have to move that out. But I get the idea, right? I totally get the idea. You could totally do that. We would just have to move the ribbon window and stuff into core so everything can share it. We could, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Because it's easy to do. Ribbon window. Oh, I need to add. That's a great idea. Great idea. Manage NuGet packages. Installed. Or even better, resolve the ribbon window. Yeah, we could, but I'm gonna just kind of knock this out just real quick, like. Outlook. Okay, that's an Outlook. Okay, core. Now I could resolve it. I could just have an interface, right? Let's do that. Let's do this cleaner. Let's do it. Let's do it your way. We're in core. Add a new class just because it's easier to get here. Ribbon window. Right, we could do that. Marker interface. Marker interface. Oh, wait a... I put that in the wrong spot. Let's just drag this to core dialog. There we go. Get rid of that. Yeah. That works. We can keep that way. I think I know where you're going with this. I think I know where you're going with this. Prism Outlook. Get rid of that one. Hey, what happened? I'm in Outlook. Where's my ribbon window? Hey, what happened to that? I deleted it? Oh, no! Hold on, where's my, let's go open my recycling bin. I will find my ribbon window. I will restore that. I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay, let's, there it is. Let's put that back, shall we? Let's put that back. All right, now. Like that, right? Now the problem we're going to have doing it that way actually is I didn't expose the container to the dialog service. That's my only problem there. So if I go back to wherever where was I doing that? I got lost in my own solution. Here. So here I won't have access to that dialog service. See, I only have show dialog. I have this, of course, because it's in the shell. But yeah, you could totally do an attached property. So we might actually have to move it out after all. Actually. I don't think that's going to work. So let's just copy that over. Okay. Yep, that should work there. Let's do that. Manage. Ribbon. It's going to go core, install. And I think we're only using the ribbon stuff. I don't think we're using anything else. So this is just another way we could do a dialogue, right? Then I could take this, cut, come to my core. I'll just stick it in here. So I actually don't need that interface. Oh, okay. Well, I don't have the application. That should give it to me, though. It should still give it to me. Delete that. So we essentially take away... Okay, done with that. Where's my dialog service? We don't really need the my dialog service thing at all. Close that. I still want to figure that out. And then using Prism Outlook dot core dot dialogs. Show ribbon window. And as long as I didn't forget to delete or undelete or do something, this should work too. Okay, so I forgot to do something. Okay, yep, I forgot to do... Okay, I have a duplicate somewhere. Okay, I don't want to delete that just yet. Let's just exclude it. Oh, I don't want to delete. Oh, there it is. Exclude. That works. Okay, let's do another build. Okay. Are ribbon controls still common practice for the UI? Yes. Yes, they are. Corporate loves them. Freaking loves them. Okay, why can't it find... Come in this region manager. I'm right where I need to be. Let's build this. Why can't it find region names? I'm in core. This is where they're located. Right there. Core.dialogs, ribbon window, core dialog. Okay, I'm right where I need to be. Core.dialogs, ribbon window. Okay. Do you guys see anything? That should totally work. So let's go ahead. Catch up on waffles. We are not making waffles. That's for sure. We are making Outlook. XMLNS core equals Prism Outlook core. Yeah, I don't get any squigglies here. Why is that not working? Oh, that worked. Okay. Let's run it now. Yeah, we're making our version of Outlook and seeing what it takes to build such an application. And so far it's been pretty easy. What we're stuck on in this stream is we're trying to determine the best way to show dialogues. And we attempted with the built-in Prism dialog service, but I'm not sure the way it's built now that will actually work. Instead, we went ahead and made our own dialog service. And then we had a great API idea. Boom, there we go. See, that worked too. We also had an idea that we should just use an extension method off of the Prism dialog service. And yes, these APIs are public. Okay, so that still works exactly how we coded it. It's just a different way of doing it. So, two different approaches. Either one works. However, I really want to figure out how I can modify the Prism implementation instead of doing it this way. Because another thing we're going to run into that isn't solved in this simple service here is like when you close, how to close the dialog from the view model, right? How to request a callback. So like a new email, I close the email, and do I want to pass that back to the calling view model as a callback, or do I just want to send out an event aggregator event or something like that? Yeah. So this works, totally works, but I really want to use the Prism dialog service. You know, if I really think hard, I'm pretty sure I could figure it out. Well, I'm going to have to save that for another day. Yes. Catch up on waffles. This is C#. .NET framework 4.7.2, I think is what do we use? I don't even know what we're using. Let me look. Let's check this out. Yeah, 4.7.2. That's what we did. So, yeah. I'm gonna lose sleep over this one. I'm gonna lose sleep over this because my brain is just gonna be working and debugging, trying to figure out how can I modify the Prism dialog service to take advantage of all that stuff, right? By using a region navigation implementation. Because that would be awesome. And then, that sounds like me working through a problem. Yeah, totally working through a problem. Because what my goal is that anyone using Prism can just grab this dialog service and use it. You know, what about this? Instead of having one dialog service do it all, what if I created an iRegion dialog service? An iRegion dialog service was responsible for any views or window hosts that had to act as regions. What if we did something like that? So instead of forcing one service to kind of do two completely different ways of showing views, have the dialog service stay the way it is. It's good at what it does. But have another specific service for region-based dialogues. Because region-based dialogues are much more complicated, as we can see. Not complicated in the sense of the code it takes to implement them, because, I mean, let's be honest. You can see how simple it is. This is it. Right? It's nothing. But the whole process of getting the content to show and responding to closing and showing and hiding and getting parameters and all that stuff is different. because you're not depending on the content of the actual dialogue. You don't know what it is. You don't know. So maybe, next stream, I think on Thursday, we're going to solve this problem. We're going to sit down, we're going to focus, and we're going to architect Prism. And then we're going to submit a pull request, and we're going to publish it to everybody. So, okay. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I am going to give you your last... I don't even know if this is still good anymore. It might be good for another 20 minutes. Click on that link. Here's your promo code. Go get Infragistics Professional for free. That's like $1,500 worth of software. So go get your free copy. Download it now. You have like 20 minutes left and it's done. Maybe less. It might have, I think I have 15 minutes. I don't know. I forgot what time it might already be over. I have no idea. It could be over already. It might have expired. So you don't have long. It's about to expire. So go ahead, click on the link, get your free code, get your free software, $1,500 worth of Infragistics. And please tell your friends, tweet, say, hey, you know what? I can't believe this, but Brian Lagunas just gave every single live viewer, that's 68 live viewers right now on YouTube, Mixer, and Twitch. He just gave everybody $1,500 worth of free software just because he felt like it. And don't tell my boss. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Thursday, we're solving this problem Thursday. We are going to come up with a solution. It's either going to be modify the IDialogService or create an iRegion dialog service. We will provide a solution for all Prism users. So we'll put the Outlook on hold slightly so we can solve this problem and then get back on it. Thanks again for everyone for joining me today, and I will see you next time.